I'm going to do a sketch of this photograph of a marbled salamander, an animal that's endangered in Massachusetts. I think I will start off doing my overhand grip again. I'm just going to start by getting the main body shape kind of arches up like this. So I'm simplifying. I'm not getting overwhelmed with the details. I'm starting by simplifying what I see. It's kind of like this. So that's the basic shape of the animal, but then I could add the legs. So I kind of got a couple rectangle type shapes, and then the foot is kind of like this, and it splays out like that. Down here, got another. So I'm almost not lifting my pencil from the paper. And you can see I started off drawing lightly, and now I started where I want darker lines, I just press harder. So it has a pretty long head. Eyes are wide, set apart widely. So I'm slowly bringing the animal into my picture. And the tail actually comes over like this. So I'm not even going to erase my incorrect lines. I'm just going to keep drawing. If I draw nice and light at the beginning, then my incorrect lines don't matter so much. And then when I'm more confident about lines, I can darken them up, like right here. So the body gets quite wide over here, and it arches even more than I had originally. You'll see I'm using my whole arm. I'm not just using my wrist, or I'm drawing with my whole arm. That's something that I forget to tell people sometimes. Don't be afraid to use your whole arm for your sketches. So now I can add some details. And I'm going to include some of the background here. Some of these shapes I see in the background. So I'm not worried so much about making mistakes. Some of these lines are not super correct, but it doesn't matter so much. Here's a shadow. So I'm going to use the side of my pencil lead again to make the shadow. And there's a bit of shadow over here and over here. A little bit over here. It already looks kind of interesting to look at. There's a shadow here. Get these veins. So I'm drawing very freely, quickly. I'm spending a lot of time looking at my photograph. All right, now I want to go in. I think I'll add some more to the eye. Now I've switched to my regular grip. Add the pupil. There's a nostril over here. I'm paying attention to the distance between things. And this salamander is particularly cryptic. It has some markings on it to make it blend into the leaf litter. So I could start putting in some of those shapes. I haven't drawn the rest of the tail over here. So where I see dark areas here, I can press harder with my pencil. It's got a pretty thick tail. As you get good at sketching, sketches are actually can be quite nice to look at. There's something about the freshness of it, the liveliness of the marks. So you see how I'm drawing quickly I'm not being super careful. I am trying to look carefully, but sketching is really a time to make mistakes. Just dive right in and put marks down. So now, oh, and the toes. The toes are more, so I could go and put details for the toes. And then I see that this is quite dark in my picture, so I'm going to go in and put some dark lines. So now I'm adding details. And for details, I like to have the normal, what would you call this? Underhand grip, I guess. My salamander has white bands on a dark background, so I'm going to start putting in the dark background so that I can see the bands. I'm using the side of my pencil again. I'm not going to worry about getting super dark. And there's reflections. There's highlights in the skin. Just gonna quickly mark out where the darknesses are. I hadn't put any splotches on the head. The splotch goes right into the eye. That's really neat. Very cryptic animal. And then this down here is more dark. And get this dinosaur. So I'm learning about the animal through drawing it. Great way to learn about the animal. So it has these ribs. These actually make little bumps on the bottom. This will make the lights in my salamander pop out more if I shade the background.
Should get a little more detail in here.
But there's a lot you can just do with a pencil on paper. I haven't erased anything. I'm actually seeing, it would be nice to erase a bit because this animal has bright white markings on it. So I'm gonna do a little tiny bit of erasing. Bring back some of these whites. This is super white over here. So is this. So now I'm drawing with my eraser. And then I think I'll write right here what it is. Marbled salamander. add a couple more details. Could get super caught up in the details, but this is just a sketch. It could get much more detailed. I'm gonna force myself not to. These markings are so bold though, it would be nice to highlight them a little bit more by increasing the contrast between the white and the black. So I'm adding even more dark darks, bump up the richness. So I could keep working on this. I could make it more and more detailed. I'm just going to keep it nice and sketchy. Oh, but as I was saying, this kind of comes out more, even more. So I'm correcting this line. It really comes out more like that. So it's a sketch. It's not super accurate. It's just getting the general idea of the creature.